Yeah, man, it's the 30th of January, 2023. It's a snowstorm or winter storm out here. It's real windy and cold. Anyway, I got some pretty important things that I want to mention, and that's why I'm doing a specific video about this because I just did a screen recording video. All right, and it wasn't like that great of a video, but it showed a couple things. For one, I was talking about some people that a lot of involvement with neural monitoring and all of this type of stuff. And the name that I was mentioning was Robert Lackey. And I could care less about Robert Lackey. To be honest with you, I barely even knew him ever. I only really ran into him a couple times in my whole life, and it was a long, long time ago. And he's left me a couple voicemails about extortion, saying safety for sale. And these guys that are on my neural monitoring say that he's their leader. He's the leader of their group. They call it Viva La Crucial. It's a stupid name, but they are basically a terrorist organization. They're people that have access to neural monitoring and decided to use it to destroy people and gang stalk people. So I was talking about that. And, in the video of him leaving that voicemail of safety for sale, that's on my channel somewhere. You can find it. But aside from that, I was doing an edit on just a picture, some pictures that I took of my face, of my eye, because they won't get off of my face ever, like every single day. And I've been talking about it all the. You could check my channel. I document better than anybody. And you could check my channel. I've been talking about them getting on my face and getting in my eyes with broadcasts since mid 2020, 2.5 years ago. And the reason at the time was because I was going through some devices. If you remember back then, like I was using an Android, and I was like sticking a flash drive on the bottom of it and like going into the root file system and like copying a bunch of files. I was sticking the phone in this little safe and then putting the safe in the freezer, and so it would transfer without them stopping it. And then I would pull the thing out, and I have all these files. A lot of them were their files that they had on my device, and I was finding those. And I had put them in this old Mac tower with no connectivity. It was stripped from even the modem was taken out. The Wi-Fi card, because it didn't come standard. I had a Wi-Fi and a Bluetooth card in it. It was an old tower, a dual door drive tower from like 2001. A Mac Pro tower or Mac tower, whatever it was. It was like my first Mac, and it doesn't have any connectivity. And so I was using it to go through these files so they couldn't get in there and like ruin the files and stuff. And they started attacking my eyes real bad. And after about a week or so, they figured out a way to get in it anyway, which is amazing in itself. That's a feat in itself to use broadcast and access this computer that has zero connectivity. I even took the modem off the board. And they were attacking my face and my eyes. They started attacking my eyes then because I was actually finding like scripted, written out scripts and stuff that was really their files that they had on my device. And all this stuff is very significant. It's very significant, and I still have it. But, if you've ever tried to deal with any of these gang stalkers, they have access to everything. They can get in all your devices. So it's impossible to even go through some files if you can get some. And I was doing desperate measures and successfully to get files and stuff that they have, and so they started attacking my eyes. And since then, it's been a nonstop eye attack. They've been on my eyes with broadcasts, four of them for 2.5 years every single day. And that's aside from the decade-long torture of all the rest of the places. Okay, and still for like 5 or 6 years, they've been going in my mouth with broadcasts. They've been attacking my bones, feet, knees, genitals, butt, head, heart, everything else for the whole decade. But they started going in my eyes a lot 2020, mid 2020, when I started getting their files. All right. So this video that I was just doing, this screen recording, the significance is that you can see a broadcast guy on my face right here, pretty good, like reaching into my eye. And you can see it pretty good. The funny part is, they shut down my app one time while I was trying to do the edit, and they're controlling my device. All right. And I was just flipped the app off and started it back and did it again, and it worked again. Like I could pull these broadcasts out of these with different spectrums, like the curve setting and stuff, in like a matter of a minute or less. And it's something that I just do real quick, just to kind of say, hey, look, here it is. Now, I'm talking about this bizarre, crazy stuff, but here it is. Little broadcast people on my face. And I was talking about Robert Lackey, whom I could care less about. But these guys, Robert Lackey said, outstanding, cadet. I want the full report on my desk, 8 a.m., 6 o'clock sharp, something. Come on. God, with the somebody said this and such said that. Who gives a, really, these guys are pathetic. They've got mental problems. I know this one guy who's like, got some mental problems, and I started calling him that guy. The one guy, I started calling him that guy. I'm not going to say his name, but he's like just a whacked out person. And this other guy that's on my channel, he really acts like him. He acts like a mentally retarded person. And the other ones are just screaming in girl voice settings and the stupid broadcast telepathy stuff all day, every day for a decade. Really? You got nothing better to do for a decade? A decade, man. 2013 is when I noticed they had everything I own hacked. Mac Mini at the time, it was a Mac Mini, and some Androids and like a Kindle. Okay, and then it progressed into iPads and my MacBook Pro as soon as I got it, and any Windows phone, any Apple iPhone, any iPad, any Windows PC laptop. I had Chromebooks. Every single thing is completely controlled, administrated, hacked, and ran by them in the background. Everything, even my phone now. And so it was a very significant thing because after I did this screen recording, like a 10-minute screen recording, I go to load it on YouTube, and it's 1.5 minutes or something. They completely cut most of it out. But oddly enough, they left the damn broadcast part in it, where I could show the broadcast. What's really going on? Right? I'm going to start making short videos now of broadcast on my face. Some be like, gang stalker, mind control, hologram broadcast on my face. Right? And maybe that'll get some traction. I'll just talk about this every single day. But, what this file that pops up, like in my Photos app that's cut, you could tell it's cut. Because it just starts off randomly as I'm in the middle of something, right? And like if I'm right in the middle of something, I can't be starting my screen record and all that. So you could tell that it's chopped up. And that's how it came into my photo. I didn't edit it. It probably don't even show up as me editing it. But it shows that they're on my device. And I'm sure that just looking at the file itself could probably show some sort of evidence against them. Now, how are they able to just do this every day when administrate our devices and everything else? Why isn't Apple and Google and Microsoft under the gun for like $1 trillion class action lawsuit? Why not? Because we're not learning what we have to learn to hold them accountable so they can hold these gang stalkers accountable so it can all land in a courtroom. Right? That's not what anybody wants, is it, to land in a courtroom, except for me. Because these gang stalkers deserve it. Because they want to torture people. They want to use broadcast to torture people. It's sick and pathetic, man. Of course, I'd love to just walk away with my neural monitoring. But then what about these guys that have been attacking and torturing, mutilating my body for a decade? What about that? What about all these people that think that they get to turn around and go do it to somebody else next? And where's everybody else that has neural monitoring standing back watching it go down like this? I understand, okay. In the circle, out of the circle, I don't know. Maybe they'll kill you. Maybe you'll be banished or something to Russia or somewhere. I don't know, man. It's a crazy situation. It's insane that this is able to go on. And thousands of people. I got 9,000 subscribers on my channel all saying that it's happened to them too. Just wanted to say that little piece. So thanks for watching. That's all.